The Pursuit of Sound podcast is proudly brought to you in part by our sponsor, Zest Vodka. Zest is designed for people like us who love to have a good time, but without that terrible morning after regret. Okay, Zest started with an idea to make a healthier shot option. The market's flooded with high alcohol, sugar heavy products, let's face it, promoting a culture of excessive drinking. But Zest knows we want a more genuine, transparent, and healthier choice without sacrificing taste or experience. So after Zest studied consumer preferences and existing brands, they dug deep into better ingredients. So Zest boasts proudly half the alcohol content, but don't get us wrong, significantly less sugar and zero artificial additives commonly found in traditional shot brands. Alright, crafting Zest Vodka was not about introducing just another shot brand. It's more about sculpting an experience. You know, an indulgence-free drink that upholds the pinnacle of taste and quality. They stand to revolutionize the shot market, guiding it towards a brighter, healthier, and more transparent future. Yes, Zest Vodka. So please join us poolside, surrounded by friends, and enjoy Zest Vodka, crafted for everyone seeking a healthier choice. Drink responsibly. And we are live. That's right, episode 48 of the Pursuit of Sound podcast, brought to you by Zest Vodka. This episode, we got Tommy Tangie in the house.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, what up, y'all? Dude, so you came in from Florida.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Got in yesterday to see Collie Buddz at the Windjammer here in Charleston. It was awesome. Collie Buddz, what a great live show. I mean, the band was good. He was great. It was so cool. Great crowd as well. And then I've got a couple shows this weekend with Jerry Feels Good.
Dude, that's what's up. Yeah, tonight you're going to be at Prohibition.
Prohibition 10 to 2.
10 to 2. All right. Everybody in Charleston that's tuned in right now, y'all go out to Prohibition. It's a good establishment. I thoroughly enjoy Prohibition.
Yeah. Prohibition, I did a birthday party for the bar. The bar like had their own birthday party. And that's how I kind of made the connection there. And then with Jerry having the residency, it just made sense for me to sneak in and join his gig with him tonight.
I love that, dude. Yeah, I met you through Justin. As we know, Jerry Feels Good. My roommate, DJ extraordinaire. Yeah, so explain to me how, so y'all met how exactly again?
It's crazy. Charleston for me was, I'm from Jersey, but I live in Florida. So I would always start and end my summer vacations by taking like a driving tour up to see friends and family. And I would stop in Charleston really to visit one friend who I met in Key West. And when I was on tour a little bit with Joe Samba, reggae artist,
Nice.
touring artist. Yeah, he was my friend. We did a bunch of gigs, and his friend Liam Becker, shout out to Liam.
Levity, right?
From Levity.
Hey, shout out to Levity
Shout out
Beverages.
to Levity.
Hey, we're looking for another sponsor.
So Liam was the tour manager and merch on that little tour that I did. And he said, man, you got to come visit me in Folly Beach just to relax, you know, and hang out. So I went to visit him. I always had a great time looking for shark teeth, as we spoke about. And just finding shark teeth on the beach and relaxing and just getting, a couple days of beaching around before I would go back to Florida. Well, I got stuck here for Hurricane Ian.
Oh.
I guess 2 years ago. It was a huge hurricane. less than 2 years ago. And I was stuck here for about a week because it was just demolishing Florida at that time.
Yikes.
So after 2 or 3 days, I got bored and I wanted to have some gigs. So Liam actually called Tyler Golden.
Yeah, Tyler. He's a really
Shout
good
out
buddy.
to Tyler. And Tyler said, "Hey, man, I don't got much for you, but you should try this guy, Jerry Feels Good. He's going to be at the Commodore tonight. He says just show up."
Just show up.
And I was like, "What is this? What is a Jerry Feels?
What is a Jerry Feels
Good? What are you even talking about?" So I was like, "All right, I'm just going to go with my trumpet." I didn't even mention that I was a DJ or anything like that. And we met briefly. We didn't have much time to really talk about anything. So I had my microphone. He started playing. I just played a couple solos, and it worked. We made eye contact, and we just went with it, the whole night like that.
You really just like, you're like, all right, I'm going to force my way into the situation. Like, I'm just going to bust out my trumpet and just be like,
right. Like, let's just go and make this happen.
I love, it's like perfectly savage, but like amazing. Not even like savage.
So at that time, I was living in Key West. And after the gig, he said, "Yo, I want to tell you my secret is that I want to, DJ and play gigs in Key West." And I said, "I think we can make that come true because I didn't tell you my job is actually DJing and playing in Key West." So then after that, he came down a couple times. I started coming here on a more regular basis. And, that was the start of the Tom and Jerry show. And to all my connections here in Charleston as far as music goes.
It's classic.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is a beautiful story, dude. Little did I know, because Tommy and I, we've ran into each other because, he's been gigging with Justin as of starting about 2 years ago, like you were saying, and you would just be in and out the house here on the lane. And I was aware of you increasingly with every visit. And then this past time, yesterday, we just happened to run into each other once again. And we were on Isle of Palms. And then you were like talking about the podcast. And I was like, duh, I'll have you on tomorrow, dude. Yeah. You're only in town for a little bit. It's cool. Like, you've been in between places in Florida too and everything. It's cool that you even spent so much time in Key West. It's like a place that I've never been, and it's just like this. It's I can't even really speak on it because I haven't been there, but it just seems like just such this little alcove. Like, you have to be there to be there.
Right.
It's like a whole nother, 50 miles away from the very south end of Florida.
50? Oh no, like 100, over 100.
Oh God,
It's 160 miles to Miami.
Jesus.
So you got like Miami, you got Homestead, Florida. There's some room in between, but then it's just 100 miles or more of keys, and just
bridges.
islands. Yeah.
Jesus.
So Key West is the very last one. It's an interesting spot because first of all, you got to get there. You need to either drive or take a plane, of course. There's an airport. It's not desolate. It's not hard to get there, but
Yeah.
It's a 2x4 mile island. So, I mean, it's basically like living on downtown. It's just a small little place and a mecca of really transient people and musicians coming in and out, tourists coming in and out, and then people who've lived there for years and have a life there. And
is there like a Walmart in Key West?
There was a Kmart.
There was
closed.
a Kmart?
Yeah. I think that just closed though. So there's no Target. There's I think the Kmart's gone now, and it's hard. I mean, there's obviously some commercial places, Publix and things like that, grocery stores,
but not even a Walmart.
No.
Wow.
No. I mean, I'm not for Walmart, but
I'm just trying to get.
But the keys could maybe use something, Target.
I'm not saying I'm necessarily pro Walmart. I'm just saying, is it a Walmart type of environment? No, it's not. Key West is not.
No.
Is not about Walmart, and that's what makes it that much cooler now. All of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, I'd highly recommend to go. I'm spent a lot of time, obviously, in Key West, a lot of time in Miami. Now I'm living in Gainesville, Florida, home of the Gators.
Shout out Gators.
Shout out to the Gators. I'm there because I had a big plan to actually move full-time to Miami. But I had a little skateboard injury, 4 months ago now.
Yeah, your poor ankle, dude.
It looks still a little swollen, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, she big. So there's like 9 screws in there.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, I can't even look at that. Nope.
All the skateboarders out there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not a good skateboarder, and that's why.
Even the best of skateboarders do have accidents too.
True.
Well, and this is why I don't participate in any board sports anymore.
Anymore,
and I was the biggest board sporter.
So let's hear it. So that's the thing now. I'm not ready to this is something I started late in life, like a year ago, and I got this injury, but I skated like the last couple months. I was skating every night. I had a cruiser board, a Sector 9 cruiser board. It was not a skateboard. I was not doing tricks.
Right.
And this happened literally from me. I was done my session and just standing there.
Just standing?
Yeah, and a rock got caught under the wheel and the board. Oh my God. You already know. The board stopped.
You were standing there.
Well, there was no forward motion, right? I was just kind of like going back and forth. And I think because I wasn't really going an actual speed, the rock would have flew out of the way.
What?
I would have like had some weight on the board.
You were just standing on the board, but then there was a rock underneath one of the wheels that you didn't know about.
And as I was like kind of rocking, it got caught. The board got stuck immediately. And then I got to put the pieces together. Like I think my weight, my foot was planted, my weight went forward. The board went flying.
Oh my God.
I had a drink in my hand, non-alcoholic tea. That went flying.
Non-alcoholic.
Yeah, actually still the same tea, pure leaf. Ooh.
No PTSD from sipping on the same drink.
Maybe it was the tea. So yeah, man, that messed me up for the last 4 months. Again, I'm grateful that it wasn't it wasn't more serious. Like
but that looks really bad. Like there's a huge scar in the side of your leg.
Yeah, it's big now.
Dude,
big.
That's exactly what I was trying to avoid. And I feel so bad for you, man, because it's like you get to this age and you're skating and you're doing all these things and then something happens and you're like, well, all right, I guess I'm just gonna not skateboard as much anymore.
So why did you decide to not skate?
Dude, because of injuries. Yeah, it sucks. Like I'm telling you, I was doing crazy shit too. I was the crazy skateboarder.
Here we go. I like this.
I'm talking about I was throwing myself down like 9 stairs easy all day.
Whoa.
Doing like tricks and shit. Yeah, I was like really serious into skating and stuff, and like snowboarding and wakeboarding and surfing, all the board sports. And then I just started fucking up my shoulder a whole bunch, and it just got really bad. And like just on a random funny falling on a skateboard story that doesn't even have to do with doing anything serious. I was literally coming back from the corner store. I had a 12-pack of like Miller Lite or something in my hand, cans, and I was turning onto this street right here, Senate from Hugie, and this is at night. There was a bunch of people out front of Faculty Lounge, chilling. I was just by myself. They were doing street. They had been in the middle of doing construction on the street, so the pavement was uneven. In the middle of the road, and I went to go pull up onto the Risen part, and I just immediately ate shit. I'm telling you, immediately, just all the beers were everywhere. It was just immediate shit show, like where there's a whole bunch of people chilling, they're cool, they're hanging out. All of a sudden, there's a kid that's on a skateboard that busts his ass, and all the beer goes everywhere, and they're like spewing.
My God.
I fell so hard on my side that my cell phone left a bruise, the perfect shape of an iPhone, on my upper leg. I fell like so hard, and then like I was just like, I'm good. And like this one dude comes over and he was the screamer for this band. One of like that I was aware of. And I was like, he was like handing me beers and I was like, thanks. Is that you, Chadwick? And he's like, yes. No, but it was like, yeah. And I was like, this is so fucking embarrassing.
So that was the last time you skated?
I don't know. No, that wasn't the last time I was on a skateboard. That was just a funny time because you're just like, you're just cruising along and then all of a sudden, yeah, you just hit a rock or you just hit a point in the pavement and you just immediately eat shit.
Yeah. So that changed me. I didn't move to Miami, to downtown Miami like I had planned the next week. I moved in with my girlfriend in Gainesville, Florida, where I had just been, just to visit her. I had never spent much time there. And now I got to go to physical therapy at UF to get myself up. Obviously, I'm walking again, and I look okay when you see me, moving around, but I still got a couple months left if I want to run and be like active and, still a little swollen.
Jesus.
So that opened up a lot of doors to come here. Mm-hmm. Now, it's a 5-hour drive to Charleston, which in my mind is not so far. For some people that seems far, but
yeah, not compared to Key West. Not
compared to Key West. From also to Miami, it's 5 hours. So I still got all my contacts and my little ventures in Miami. To the Keys, it's 8 hours, but I'm obviously connected there too because I lived there for so long. Yeah, I really found that there's a vantage point to moving around to other cities to play gigs. It's hard at first. I mean, this was like a dream 5 years ago, or even just a pipe dream to play gigs in Charleston and be like, oh, it'd be cool to come to Charleston and play a gig.
Yeah, of course.
And now that that's happening on a regular basis, you think back and you're like, oh my God, I can't even believe not only did I play one gig, now I'm coming here and meeting other people and doing a podcast with you and playing gigs with Jerry. Things can happen quickly.
Cheers to that. See, you can't, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Quoteth the great Wayne Gretzky. Yes, sir.
Also, just collaborating in general. When you're a DJ, when you're a trumpet player, you're always playing with other people. But when you're a DJ, or say a singer-songwriter, and you want to get out of your little scene or your town, or
right.
you're the big dog in your city, even better. As soon as you can, start to bring people from other places that you want to play into your act, they're going to be able to help you
in their place. See, and yeah, let's unpack this talking point a little bit further. First off, I don't think we've properly sort of segued your expertise into this podcast. So Tommy not only plays trumpet like a badass, you're welcome, but you also accompany your own self and other DJs. So you also DJ yourself and play trumpet at the same time.
Yeah. For sure.
So Tommy, he's the full package in that regard.
And sometimes play with bands or guest with bands or front my own band. But that's on special occasions. I always wanted to start DJing myself. I would play with bands. I was living in Europe for a long time, in Prague, Czech Republic.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. That brought me to Key West because I met these other guys.
That's crazy. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, I'm from Jersey and lived in Philly. The Philly burbs. I'm from that part of Jersey.
But lived in Europe.
But once I finished, I went to University of the Arts in Philly, which just closed down last week. It's crazy.
All right,
crazy scandal.
Oh,
kind of scandal. And then I moved to Prague, Czech Republic. I met tons of people, but I met this guy who was from Tennessee, another American. He had a reggae band. he eventually moved to Key West. I moved back to Philly. And he told me that I should move to Key West. I was like, dude, I don't even know what this place is. Florida? Some island? Get out of here. You know, I'm going to move to like New York or just stay in Philly. Like, I'm not moving to there.
How old were you this time?
This was like 5 years ago.
Okay.
This was like 2018.
And then go off game.
So, then I went to visit him on vacation, and he hooked it up with a bunch of gigs. I made a bunch of money, and
What?
I left vacation with like more money than I came with. And I was like,
snap.
I'm moving here. That's it.
Yo, for real?
Like, yeah, like I was
that.
like that. So a year and a half later, I like moved there full time, and then lived in Key West. So
And then continued being like good buds with the guy.
oh yeah, he was one of my best friends.
Yeah.
But in Prague, I would finish these band gigs, you know, say 11, midnight, 10, you know, and then, you know, I wanted to drink and party and go out. So I would go to the DJ gigs and I would start playing trumpet with the DJs. And then, you know, and then it would turn into a thing like, yo, come this night, you know, there'd be money or free drinks or whatever, you know, something to do as we
Yeah.
are like nightlife people.
Yeah, of course.
So, I mean, man, I would love to have been like behind the decks, you know, with these guys. We started some cool residencies. DJ Ultrafino, he's still a DJ in Czech Republic. DJ Mikulash owns a record store. DJ Don't Panic was my roommate. Rest in peace.
What? Shout outs and rest in peace.
Yeah, yeah,
God.
and great guys and great DJs. And this was in 2000, you know, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to like 2014. So DJing at that time was still, I mean, these were all vinyl sets.
Oh my God.
So I was
Even
playing-
at that point in time?
Well, this was Prague. I mean, some guys were using
well-
CDJs, but this was like we're talking 2012. Like, I mean, you had Serato, you know, records or CDJs, but these guys were mostly, it was mostly vinyls or CDJ visuals. The controllers, guys were using that for mostly like Ableton sets. It would be like an Ableton push or Ableton,
Which
like,
you don't see anymore, really.
hybrid sets.
That's very rare to find.
My friend Steve Knotts from Pittsburgh, another American that was living there. Shout out. He's got great Ableton courses and showed me so much about Ableton Live. And he's still doing these, he calls it Ableton hybrid sets. And you can play your original music and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, it would be a dream for me to get behind the decks, but man, I didn't have any money for anything.
I mean, come on, you were getting gigs.
You were abroad.
But this is when you were abroad.
We're talking $50. So,
Yikes. Yeah.
So I had this vision. Then I moved back to the U.S. and, you know, I was not mentally able to like have the visions that I had of like saving money, buying the gear. I was getting more into production and trying to work with Ableton more and just make tracks, you know. Until I moved to Key West, I had a little bit of money right before shutdown, and I was like, all right, this is the time. Like, I'm gonna have time on my hands. I'm gonna buy this board, and when things open up, I'll be able to book myself. Like, I need to book gigs myself, not just wait for the band.
Yeah, yeah. So this is how you sort of started becoming a hybrid act yourself.
Right. And my goal was to play some of my own tracks, down-tempo, Thievery Corporation vibes.
Oh, Thievery Corporation, dude. What? I haven't even heard that name in forever.
Yeah, like, you know,
I love them.
07, chill out, trip hop, instrumentals, Pete Rock instrumentals, and play trumpet over them.
But like
and
out in
public. Yeah. And I had like a little restaurant. I was not looking to be like the club DJ, you know.
Right, this is different.
I'm still not looking to be that.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
I mean,
but
tell us.
I'm kidding.
He is looking to be the club DJ.
Please hire me.
But so how did that go for you? Were you said you had a restaurant gig going on?
Yeah, and then I met
setup.
I started to meet other DJs in Key West, and I met a DJ Mal. He just had got a job kind of booking gigs at the Garden of Eden, a clothing optional bar.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's a rooftop bar in the Keys. It's actually clothing optional. I've seen it all, man.
Okay, that combination of words, just for everybody, he did say clothing optional.
It's a wild place. I was really not looking to be spinning up there or even going there, because I had been up there because I was like, that's
now you're like the Key West best naked DJ.
I know this is amazing for you. That's what's funny, because I also now had to spend I chose to spend 3 years of my life spinning up in that bar.
Yeah.
But it taught me, Mal was like, all right, you need club tracks. This is a top 40. Like you need to start playing music that other people want to dance and listen to.
Okay, all right. This is the shifting between like that chill hop.
Right. Like it turns out the music that I really love to vibe out, and
it's not really what like everybody.
Oh, right, like the height of the night, my little stoner jams.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
And right, and that's what had to bring me back. I was like, well, all right. In Europe, there was bigger house scene, dance music, up tempo, bangers and remixes.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. Getting a good club set that I actually enjoy. The other DJs there showed me the basics, like how to really beat match and like when to bring in the next song and some of the DJing things that
when you were overseas.
Oh no, this was here.
Oh, in Charleston?
No, in Key West.
Key West. Okay, right. Sorry.
Just some.
We're going all over the map on.
Yeah,
it's
hard to follow with me. Just to when I got this the Garden of Eden gig, it was really a place for me to hone in as far as holding a crowd, making sure that the bar's selling drinks.
Yes.
Keeping people's attention.
Yes, entertaining.
The place I could make mistakes. The place I could play a shitty set sometimes. The place where people could boom. Place where people might boo me or give me a hard time.
Oh.
Or make requests that are irrational or unreal. Or make requests that are legit.
The request is that you take off your pants.
That's also happens,
Sorry.
That's also been requested. So just to have a place like that where I could put my hours in as far as a club, and
that's
play.
Important.
Yeah, it was good, and it made me realize the kind of music I do enjoy playing, the kind of music I don't enjoy playing.
Yeah,
and helped to develop a sound and my vision of the brand I want to.
So as in, that was the first place you started playing trumpet in conjunction while... No. Yes. But wait, so you were doing the trumpet with the DJ thing at, that other first restaurant place when it was, just the...
Yes.
The stoner jams.
Yeah.
But then you elevated it when you went to Garden of Eden.
Right.
Okay, and
because
that's where you sharpened so you cut your teeth.
Yeah, I really had to, have a set together and play club music.
What was that, 4 hours?
4 or 5 hours.
4 or 5.
Sometimes on the weekend it would be 8 to 2 even, you're just
8
playing.
p.m. till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So you might start
That's a good 6.
Yeah, you might start with some some of the some hip hop, some B-level bangers, C-level bangers, stuff from the 90s, warm people up. But sometimes you would get to the club at 7:45 and people are already hyped up and you're like, well, we got to start spinning now.
Damn, yeah,
you get the ups and downs and the lulls, but I really needed that experience because I had the music experience with the trumpet. I had the club experience even from being in Prague with the other DJs. I had the concepts down. I had the musical knowledge down, but I wasn't ready to play tracks in a popular top 40 club or hold a residency. You know what I'm saying? That was like the real place where I had to like do those things.
Right. It's like the training grounds.
Yeah.
And I get that, dude. I get that. It's like you, as much as like when you start out DJing, it's like you want to be there at the top, like immediately just doing the damn thing. But you really do have to put in your time, and you really do have to cut your teeth, and you really do have to like watch other DJs out in public doing their thing and seeing how crowd reactions go, what dance floor psychology is all about.
Yeah, yeah,
you know, that's
yeah,
like a
all these
huge
things.
thing, because yeah, you as a DJ, you're like conflicted internally between like this is the music that I personally want to play versus like I'm looking at the crowd and the dance floor and this is what I think they want to play, and then you sort of keep on making adjustments accordingly to their like reactions.
Right.
Right? Yeah, and it's like it's not the most obvious thing when you're getting into it. You know, this is
why certain songs work, why certain songs work back to back, and why certain songs kind of kill the floor back to back.
Oh yeah, and you know, it's like I've even heard people talk about killing the floor in a positive way, where it's like, oh yeah, well, you know, every now and then they need to go and grab another drink.
Yeah, yeah, also.
And I'm like, well, yeah, but you don't want to like have like sacrifice them potentially just walking out of the bar altogether instead of going to get that next drink because you killed the dance floor.
Right.
Yeah, but speaking of like dance, keeping people on the floor and shit, what's like a song that always does it for like you in the crowd, like something that you can play and that is just completely tried and true?
Oh man, that no one's dancing. I think it just depends also on the age, and this always changes. But the age of the audience. But you know what's crazy right now is Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
Dude, are you fucking in my head right now?
Was it in a movie?
Are you in my head right now?
Because this is a song I would play for like for my parents. This would be like my parents.
No, you literally
kids
just
go crazy.
jumped in my head.
Kids go crazy. Bro. I even get requests for it. I'm like, how? Wait, is this a news? I had to. I was like,
I think we just became best friends all over again, because I was gonna say the same song, but it's a house remix of this song.
There's so many remixes. But I mean, like this is stuff. This is like music I grew up with because of my parents.
Thank you. That was the best
you know what I'm saying?
answer
We're talking about
ever.
the 70s. This isn't the new.
It's like one of the best songs.
Oh, of course.
Of all time.
I love playing it. It makes my day because I don't want to play the music that I don't really, artists I don't really love. I don't love pop, like pop hits and pop bangers. Like, I really don't.
Oh, you don't like My Coochie Pink, My Booty Hole Brown?
All right, that one I like. No, but you know what I mean. I come from playing trumpet. I come from, you know, playing in bands, soul music, hip hop.
Yes.
You know, dance music,
It's
house
our roots.
music.
It's our fucking roots.
Right. So for me to go from that to kind of trash music,
dude,
you know what I mean, in a way that's like
but this is the responsibility of the DJ, am I not right?
True,
is to not give them complete trash. Give them Ain't No Mountain High enough.
We are the filter. Yeah, we are the filter.
Ain't no song low enough for me to play. My coochie hole pink, my booty hole is brown.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
One thing I was gonna say, but that song gets people on the floor. But what with up tempo tracks, it's like maybe I could say easier, but we all know this. You know, songs have two tempos, no matter what tempo they're at.
Yeah, 100 is 50, or like
right, or just the way a song feels. So even if you're at like 95, like a hip hop dance tempo, and people are dancing like dun 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 dun, you can have dun 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 dun, or you have dun dun dun. And if it's that, if the vibe of the song is like half tempo in the 90s, say, and doesn't have that like double time classic Mary J. Blige, dun 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 dun. A family affair. Let's get it going. Right. So that's kind of like that double time feel, even though it's 95. It's be like bum 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 bum. This is the 95, right? But it's like gun 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 gun, or reggaeton. Gun 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 gun. So you feel you have this.
I get all this.
Yeah. So you have this. So when you're playing songs like that back to back to back, but then you drop in something at 95 that's like slower, like that, like like Scrubs or something that doesn't have that double time pulse.
Oh,
it does kind of bring people down because they can feel that you know what I mean?
The difference in energy, right? Yeah. It's like even if two songs are at the same BPM, the energy and the danceability,
that's what I'm saying,
can be different. But yeah, no, one of my favorite things to do though is playing off of BPMs and also tempo changes. Y'all DJs, listen up close, all right? It's not faux pas to keep the dance floor on their feet with going from say 100 to 120 in the matter of, you know,
one song, like, you can do it.
It can be like 15-second transition from like 100 to 120 and it's fine. Like it kind of pisses me off almost how much DJs don't change BPMs or how like badly they do it. Like that's one of the things I do take pride in for myself on the dance floor. But that into the talking point of playing off of, say, like 130 to 65. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like where it's like, this is an upbeat Moonbaton track, and then now I'm going to bring in like a crunk club banger where it's like super fucking gnarly cut time, like almost like Jersey Club, but without the up-tempo beats. Like there's this group called Equator Club, and they just have like ultimate halftime bangers. Talking 65-ish BPMs up until like 90-ish. But dude, when you give them that thing and they're like, oh, it kind of goes from like jumping to like body crunking.
Yeah, as long as you bring that next track in on one, we're good. You know what I mean? Like if you're at, I see what you're saying, because you're showing them that halftime feel by beat. You're still beat matching
technically
the halftime with the fun time, which is great and super effective.
Yeah.
And if it's a big change, you can just bring that other a totally new tempo, as long as that new track comes in on the downbeat of the old tempo.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like I'll have like maybe like one or two times in a set where it's like I'm like, all right, you know what? I just want to like, I feel like I've been like pushing maybe like 125 for too long. And there's this song that I want to play and it's at 100 BPM. And what I'm going to do for a second is I'm going to like, kind of like wait till the end of the measure for this 125 BPM song, kind of like filter it up and then hit it with that delay out and just let it like delay for a little bit, and then bring in like on that next measure on the downbeat the next song that's at a completely different tempo. Yeah,
also effective.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, okay, he made that work.
Right.
Yeah,
especially in clubs. It's funny because open format DJing is, it's hard as hell. Like I really prefer lounges and playing like groovy, vibey house music with the trumpet. Dude, and making things nice, you know, and kind of like the music that I like to produce. But playing a club of you know, songs and hits and entertain people, it makes me nervous. Last time I played a show with Jared, I hadn't done something like that in a while. I was nervous. And we filled the floor, but he was like, it's going really well. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, I felt like if I played one bad song, these girls might actually take me out, murder me, leave me in the streets to die. They'll be like, this DJ. Because you have them there. Because you have them there, it's intimidating. Like you know, you have the whole club really full and dancing and put their hands up. You do feel like the man. But there's some pressure to keep doing this.
Yeah.
It's 10:30.
Yeah, and you can't be anywhere close to being running out of tracks.
Right. You got to have an arsenal. And the only way you know when that arsenal works is if you have experience of some of those tracks not working, cuz it could even be it could be like the best song ever, but it still could be a weak edit, or you didn't play it in the right time.
Very true.
It's like working.
Very, very true.
It's really like the, you know, you came from playing instruments and being in a cover band and stuff like that. You really have to like have your night set up, and you have this experience of like what songs are first set songs, but they're still good. You know, like in the 2000s, like the first set was like 80s Michael Jackson's hits, which are still to get people to dance, but by the end we're playing like live versions of Little John and current things. You know, I mean, I'm talking like 2005 and stuff.
Well, back then, yeah. And it's important. These are the things that I love to talk about that I don't really get to talk about as often as I want to. Is like things about like the specifics behind DJing and. Yeah, like what you need to be playing at what point in the night and how not to lose people. And just when you think you're running out of tracks, oh, actually, I forgot to play Low by Flow Rida.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then that one would like bleed into like, well, even though it kind of might be like stupid, I could still put in like a little bit of Shots by LMFAO. And then maybe work it into Lose Control by Missy Elliott. And I did forget to play Super Bass by Nicki Minaj. And then give him a random house banger. And then, you know what I mean? Just
well, now it's hard because there's so much but fun. And that's kind of the thing. Sometimes in my brain, I'm like, you know what? I'm happy if I never have to play a club, like a top 40, let's say, open format club gig again. Like, I think I'm good on that. But then sometimes you really are like, wow, this is the ultimate test for me to keep this floor going and also come up with, if you're not doing it every single night, come up with cool transitions, you know, like not on the spot. Some of them are planned, but for me, if I don't do a gig like that in a while, it's on the spot, and I want to think of a good way to bring in these fun tracks that maybe I haven't brought in before.
Right.
And challenge myself. Yeah, or, you know, I've added new songs to the mix that I am like, actually, I've never really mixed this song into a set before, but I know it's going to work because it's brand new or something. So that's what I'm looking forward to tonight. I'm playing at Prohibition, for example. Like, I know I can have these opportunities to kind of turn up the DJ skills a little bit and bring in songs of different tempos, you know, beat matching in different fun ways, making on the spot, let's say, remixes like, you know,
dude, yes,
looping and things where when I'm playing more like house, lounge, and vibes and trumpet, I'm mixing really nice. Like, we're dropping the bass. It's super subtle. You don't know.
And smooth.
You have no idea that I brought this track in 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Like versus like stark dance floor hype.
Right. Like,
yeah.
Right. In the club, I'm going to show you when I'm bringing this mix in, and you're all going to feel it. I'm not doing that, you know, at the cocktail bar.
Yeah, no. Exactly. See, these are the nuances.
Both. I like both, I'm not going to lie.
These are the nuances and the subtleties that y'all have to pick up on, DJs. I'm talking to you. And yeah, dude, you have to be able to be adaptable, man. I mean, like, dude, it's like I live in that spectrum where it's like sometimes it's, well, I used to be pretty much just strictly a club DJ, and then now it's more like what you're saying, like these like kind of loungier, more like private style gigs. They're
right,
probably higher paying, more satisfying to the DJ.
We got bills, man. Yeah, we got bills now.
Like, there's always going to be another young DJ to come in and just fill that club spot when you're not there. but they're not ready for what we're on now, like where it's like that more specialized, like nuanced
to
feel.
play elevator music for 4 hours. Can you handle it?
Yeah, or can you do a 6-hour set to a restaurant of people just sitting down, nobody intending on getting up and dancing at all?
Right.
Can you keep that
no
going?
no curse words.
Yes,
nice,
exactly. Like
happy.
Yeah,
You got to have a lot of music for that.
You really do, dude.
Let me ask you, do you ever play guitar in any of your DJ sets?
No, and this is something that I need to do. I need to get on your tip where it's just different for me because the way that would have to be engineered is not the same as just being able to play a trumpet into a microphone.
True. Yeah, you'd have to bring out, depending on the quality of how you want it to sound, possibly an amp.
Shout outs. DJ Louie M.
DJ Louie M.
Louie M.
Key West in the house.
Yeah, you said I'm learning from the great ones like you guys. Hey,
I learned from him. He's lying.
Said Peanut says what's up.
Peanut.
Who's Peanut?
Peanut's another. That's the Key West crew. That's the Key Lime Killer. DJ Louie M.
What, Key Lime Killer?
DJ Mao. DJ L Grace. DJ
blah, blah.
Jimmy Cooper. Sonaris.
Damn.
Buggy. I'm missing people right now, and they're gonna kill me and say you didn't name drop me. But yeah, Key West, man, good DJs could show me really how to cut my teeth, and we all shared music a lot, and it was great place for me to really get things together before I was able to travel and like start to really meet DJs in other cities and learn new skills.
Yeah, like where you're at now. I mean, so what does like your forecast look like? Like what would be, so it's like you're satisfied with yourself in that you're able to, start frequenting Charleston by way of Florida, by way of Europe, and like by way of Philly. Well, like, and then so what would be your ideal like quote unquote end goal? Like, is that,
man,
at least for the near future?
Well, now, I'm going to keep doing DJ gigs. I want to build on what I have. I want to keep playing the trumpet with other people and with myself on myself gigs. But really, it has to get into production, original music, start producing maybe for other people, maybe for even sync licensing, buzzwords.
No, for real. No,
or
no, it's that is what is up though. Getting your shit just like randomly played on like NFL or like or a TV show that you've never heard of.
That, and just for my own albums, and just to but to produce for other artists as well. If perhaps some of these tracks like don't fit my persona or something, to bring other artists on. That's always been the goal. But I'll tell you what, music production is super hard. It's fucking hard. Recording arts is very hard. I've been playing music all my life, and finishing an album. If you finish a track and you finish an album, if you finish a remix, you really should be proud of yourself.
Oh, hell yeah,
Whether
dude.
it took you 1 hour or 5 years, the technology's changing the things that we can do at home, and that's great. But also the bar is also way higher in many ways too, because
so true.
You want it to sound good.
So true.
Not to mention all the other things working against you, like imposter syndrome, money.
Oh my God, yeah. Lack of confidence.
Yeah. A race to the finish, and
current moods.
And also, I'm going to be honest with you that working as a musician in clubs, late nights, DJing loud gigs, it's messing up my ears.
So true.
For recording and for mixing. If you ever go and spend time in a real studio with real engineers, the music is really not louder than like it's at like 72. Like it's loud. It's quieter than where I'm talking right now.
Oh, when they're working on a professional song?
Yeah, it's like I'm working on a new track. It's like, da, da, da. It's like, oh, the drums are off. Like, it.
What? No, I mean, that's not completely true.
I take a nap. I take a nap to music at that volume.
They mix it all different levels.
No, that's how you should be listening to it. You know, you don't need it so loud.
There is such a thing as quiet mixing, but there is such a thing as loud mixing too.
For sure.
I think you would need to exercise the rule of thirds in this situation. Engineers, I'm talking to you, where it's like 33% of the time, mix at a soft level, 33% of the time mix at a moderate level, and then 33% of the time mix at a loud volume. You kinda gotta do that.
For sure. It's the same. DJing in the club is the rule of thirds. You start in the green, you get to the yellow, and then you at the end you're in the
break the speakers.
Yeah, you get kicked out of the club for breaking everything.
Yeah, what smells like an electrical fire? Oh, that's the speakers
That's
burning.
the redlining.
Yeah. If you ain't redlining, you ain't headlining.
Well, that is true, and also it's true because sometimes you are redlining. It really depends on the mix. Like, your mixer can be -9, so it is redlining, but it's not really redlining.
Yeah,
technically, but yes, of course, we don't want to be playing distorted volumes. And
there's a difference here. You want to ride that. You want to really ride that. You want to just ride that dangerous line between redlining and not redlining.
This is why no one borrows my speakers.
Why I don't let anybody borrow my speakers. Yeah, because I know y'all motherfuckers are redlining my shit. I know it.
Stop it.
I know it. Yes, you bring it. You bring the speaker back. Thanks for letting me borrow your speaker, bro. You're like, nothing's wrong with the speaker though.
That shit sounds like a 2001 Honda.
What is
it's like like, no, it's fine.
Why is there a hole in the front of my speaker cone? Well, see, I was playing Fergalicious and or no, I was playing Super Bass, and the bass was just so super.
Super Bass killed it.
The bass was so super.
Oh, that's funny.
And it broke your speaker, dude. I don't know, man.
But production is, yeah, that's where I really want to get back to spending most of my time. Unfortunately, as we know, again, it's a sacrifice because we have to make money, right? Like,
oh yeah,
and it does take hours to make tracks. So that's another thing that people don't understand. If you want to make music, you really have to, one, get your skills up. Two is, you know, spend the time to complete these projects and to get them done. And essentially, there's possibilities. It's the only possibility to make real riches, you know, as opposed to like hustling each little gig. But it does take
your soul.
Is you know, creating original art, but it's also
seriously
super time consuming for zero money at the start. It's not like you're punching the clock and.
These are the sacrifices you have to make, man. You got to crawl before you run. And the original music is the final frontier. You're right.
For me, at least.
Well, yeah, I mean, think about it. Like, you can only DJ so long as just, like, a open format DJ. I mean, you can DJ for so... You can technically DJ for a living forever on open format, not original music. But if you want to
hopefully, because I might need a job. I need a job the next 40 years.
Yeah, dog. No. See, the way AI is going to be coming around and taking over gerbs. Yeah, no, it's like if you really want to make it to that EDC main stage, you know, it's going to involve making original bangers.
Yeah.
Let's fucking face it.
And I'd be happy just to play the after party for that main stage.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'd be happy to do that too.
And play my original, you know, B-level bangers.
But main stage wouldn't be like that bad either.
No, and it's possible. The thing is actually when you watch and listen to how people became successful and reached this level and these goals is they really did make those sacrifices.
Yeah.
Of
you have to break up with your girlfriend and apply yourself.
You talking to the mirror? Or are you?
I'm talking to myself. Like right now, I'm like, you have to break up with your girlfriend, okay, and apply yourself, okay.
My girlfriend's my
girlfriend's
super supportive of me applying myself. But you know, it also it does take you know, starting things from the beginning. Like you might be bad at it for a long time for no money.
Yeah, of course.
And the same with DJing, and the same with playing instruments if you want to do it at a pro level. But when you're already making money from music at this level, it's hard to start that. And what I was saying is a lot of those guys who did become, even James Hype telling his story, like he quit all his residencies.
What? Hold on, I didn't. I need to dig into James Hype.
He said like
to work on original shit.
Yeah, I mean, don't quote me.
No, I'm quoting you.
And the whole world is quoting you. I don't know James Hype personally, but I believe on his Instagram he you know, said at one point 2016 he quit his residencies and started working on original music full time.
Whoa.
And in 2018 he started like live streaming. He spent all his money on CDJs, sold I guess just had these CDJs, had no money, and started live streaming. And then in 2020 all the clubs shut down, and he said that he was living off of credit cards and just was live streaming, got his streams up, got his audience up, and started making a little bit of money from Twitch and things like that.
Really?
And that's where he found out where his audience was because of streaming. Obviously, that he had built an audience and knew where they were, and they were in the UK and different places around the world.
Where's he from?
The UK.
Okay.
And you know, I was like, what happened?
Ghosts.
But, you know, he's basically said that he was broke and gave up all his time, gave up going out and doing everything to work on original tracks, his original show, and wanted to be booked as an artist. He didn't want to be booked anymore. He said that the only way he could get respect out of the club and to be booked as an artist would be to quit all his residencies.
Holy shit, dude.
You're
touching on some volatile talking points, dude. Yeah,
that's
think
risky,
about it,
bro.
because
That's risky.
If you want to, you can't really. Yeah, think about going from an open format DJ in Charleston to now expecting $10,000 from my local fucking
He said he
gig.
made £1,000 a week, in England.
So that's like $500 a week. No,
That's
no, that's like 2,000.
And back then it was a little bit more. Yeah,
Wait, because it's like $2 of our dollars to one of the.
it used to be. It's not anymore. But
okay.
you know, the prices of things still change. But I mean, if you make, you know, you can make 60, 70, 80, $100,000 a year DJing. I mean, if you want to get weddings, we're talking even more. But like, if you're a club DJ, and you know, you can make a decent living doing that a couple days a week.
Yeah.
And you know, to quit that, but that's what it took to basically become
James Hype.
Yeah, I mean, dude had skills. I'm sure he was a great open format DJ. It's not like oh, I have original tracks now, I'm famous. It's like, yo,
yeah, he had to be good,
of course.
Yeah. So,
and that goes back to grinding away.
Yes,
in a couple residencies for a couple of years.
Yeah,
getting the shit, playing music you don't necessarily like, learning the skills, learning how the equipment works, learning how to fix the mistakes that might happen, learning how to set up, you know?
Yes, learning how to say no to requests. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually about saying yes to requests. But I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's about learning what to even do when someone comes and approaches you while you're mixing, and how to handle that. Like,
preach.
And I haven't always handled that in the best way, and I might not handle that in the best way tonight. But it's a learning experience.
Yes, no, you're so accurate in everything that you've been saying this whole podcast, regardless. Luckily for you, it's a little harder for people to request at Prohibition, although they still will. It's just like that you're in that little box. And, yeah, so basically, what's the kind of music that you want to make?
Elevator music.
Elevator music. Yo, I mean, nowadays
I would play groovy stuff, man. I play groovy stuff, and in the club people would always say like, are you gonna play like elevator music all night? And it used to drive me crazy. Now I love it. Now I'm like,
oh yeah,
elevator music. If I could play elevator music all night,
I love that you say that,
bro. I want to put as much as I would want to make people dance and like, you know, like go crazy in the club like tonight. Like what I have to do, keep the floor and make people have a good time. I really enjoyed some gigs. Like I used to play a pool. Me and my friend Professor X. Shout out to Professor X. And he's DJing, and I was playing trumpet, and I was DJing a little bit.
Tyler.
We were playing good groovy stuff. And, you know, man, he watched himself put this person to sleep because we were playing really groovy stuff, and it was a pool. And, you know, this was like an older guy. And the older gentleman at the end, he came up to us at the end. He gave us a tip, and he said, thank you so much for the music. And he literally took a nap. He literally took a nap for our DJ set, and people would be like, that's terrible. You would never want a DJ set where someone fell asleep. But then he came up and tipped you because he fell asleep. Because he fell asleep when we were playing for him, because it was a very quiet daytime pool, and we were playing, you know, that kind of groovy Latin house,
yeah, dude,
island tropical vibes.
Huh? What were you saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
You take a nap and let me mix real nicely for you, bro. I would love that.
What if it's like I'm just getting like hit with this image in my head?
Oh, shit.
So like, what if you were like, what if you're like playing like a big dance club but you were playing like elevator music, and instead of people like taking a nap or dancing, it's just like a whole bunch of people on the dance floor, kind of like they're like looking at you as you're playing your music, not raging at all. You're playing like elevator music, but they're there for it, and they're like sipping like coffee and like mixed drinks, and they're just like,
that's it.
And they're just like sitting there, and like nobody's dancing, but they're just like standing, and they're like talking. They're like, this guy's really good. It's just everybody standing there thoroughly enjoying it, just standing.
I mean, it's funny because like I'm gonna spend all those years cutting my teeth. Now I'm gonna spend all these years building it and building the thing, and then it's gonna go back to me like how it started, playing trumpet, playing like
in an elevator,
little elevator music, but it'd be like the next thing, right?
Yeah, no, you come back to where you full circle in a way.
So yeah,
elevator music.
Any elevators in Charleston? What's the highest building you got?
We got some elevators, you know. I'm sure we can get you on an elevator or two here in Charleston.
Then they have a law in Charleston. You can only build more than like 4 or 5 stories, right?
Or like higher than like downtown Charleston. Apparently, it's like the building code not to go higher than the tallest church steeple.
Right.
Think about it. You know, this is downtown Charleston. They're trying to keep that charm. And if something were to outshine the height of a steeple, which is the pinnacle of
Holy City
charm, yes, that is destroying the charm of the tourism industry that Charleston's based on. But we can still get you in an elevator to do a gig. You just play for people that like get in the elevator. 3, 4
floors.
You know, you play a song for like
6 floors, maybe
30 seconds as they go up a few floors.
Oh, God, we're talking about dream. This is my goal.
They're like,
you asked me.
They're like, I came into this elevator intending on going to my room, but I stuck around for the show.
But this guy just played like a couple nice notes on trumpet.
It's like nobody's going to anywhere. They're just keeping on hitting floors as you're just in the corner just mixing, and it turns into elevator.
Because like
music
that's
rave.
The thing is, you know, I just put a little reverb on the trumpet, No
Oh, yeah.
echo, half echo.
Oh, hell yeah.
Play a couple nice notes with nice sound,
Go
nice
off,
tone.
King. Go off.
Yeah, a little pentatonic scale. It just like takes you away.
Dude, it's like a sip,
Takes you away to floor 5.
it's like a sip of like very cold lemonade on a very hot day.
That's too funny. That's too funny.
Wow, we need to get you in an elevator stat. Yeah. Like, come on, dude.
I mean, who else?
If not, like, at least just through the speaker.
That's through the Sonos. Yeah, I'm actually DJing in the basement, but you hear it in the elevator, so I don't even. I have to see.
Yes.
I can only see the people like through the security camera. See
You like come on like an airplane pilot? Yes, this is your DJ speaking. We're gonna be going to the 5th floor today.
Oh man!
I'm gonna take you.
Enjoy these sounds by Well, no, what it used to be is
Please no smoking.
Well, yeah, in the old days it was Muzak. It was this like
Muzak is like the thing for
it was
streaming
like
for elevators.
Yeah, back in the day, they
Yeah.
kind of started that.
Okay.
I don't know how it worked. I guess I have to do research more on it. They were kind of like the streaming service, or had the collection, or maybe it was like an actual music house that just made like literally 500 tracks of pseudo classical music or whatever.
Now it's all
vibes.
just gonna be AI generated.
For sure. Oh, I know. Some things, well, that's fine, because then I don't have to make elevator music, and then it forces me to make something else that involves the trumpet.
Yeah. You always have a space in my elevator.
You know, it's a debate. Not everything AI is obviously bad, and not everything AI is obviously good. But
Right.
I think as an artist, you know, you got to sort through that, and we're always kind of sorting through the technology of what we want to help us and what's not helping us, or we used to make money this way, now we're not making money this way. So that's tough. But, you know, in a case like vinyl records, technology's only helped vinyl records become the medium. Like there's more vinyl clubs now than
Because it's like the antithesis of like mainstream.
I don't know why, but I mean, like, look at it. It's like the most analog thing that's like it's booming. Like the vinyl records is a booming business now.
Still, yeah, and it's crazy. You're right.
So, you know, that's something that kind of comes out of the people still want a more human experience, a more like time. What's the word? Nostalgic piece.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Something special.
For sure.
And even though that it's not maybe for all the kids that, you know, or at Ultra or something, this is more like, whoa, this was the old days, and even the real like gurus still know that this was something special. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like back in the day, we used to rock out to the song around the Bluetooth speaker.
Right. So we'll have Bluetooth bars. 30 years from now, I'll probably own one.
But I do agree, and I aim to achieve that sort of level of music as well. That's like, so it's like you asked me if I play guitar while I'm DJing. No, because of technicalities and such, I haven't gotten there yet. Instead, I actually have a band. Like,
right.
Me and my best friend comprise a band called Gods, with a period, here in Charleston, and we're a two-piece. And I just literally backtrack all the other things that I don't play live. So bass, I backtrack the bass, all the extra guitar parts, and we blow the roof off.
Right.
You know, and like that's how I get off with the music.
That's your outlet.
Like the original music right now. You know, I don't get me wrong, I would like to figure out the way that I would pull off these sets with guitar. You know, it's like it that has to be very specific. You know, like
Totally understand. Honestly, I don't really prefer to play trumpet to like pop tunes. I'd rather just focus on DJing. If it's like a club night, I like to just focus on DJing. I like playing trumpet to like the music that I might, you know, more like house music, you know, tribal music. Shit. Yeah, where there's like opening, even like minimal tech. Like there's so much room for me to like layer loads of trumpet on top of that and make it fun and make it creative.
That's so fucking true.
Right. But I mean, you know, something about being in the club when I just pop out with the trumpet and play a solo, you get a response and it's like, whoa, that's the greatest thing ever.
Yep.
But that doesn't really get me off musically. Musically, you know, musically I need to play like with other musicians.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or two, you know, get creative with a little bit more groovier tracks in a way.
And then like you might be able to say like the Final Frontier could just be like the 100% original music set where it's like completely improvised on the spot as well, where you are like, where you figure out the way to literally like, whether it be like you bring your computer so you're able to like incorporate the proper software behind like the software and hardware, where it's like, you know, and looping and shit, and you're like, you know, creating the spots.
See, I think at that point I would like to still maybe keep the computer at home and, you know, just have a couple drum machine on loop. Get the keys out,
whether there be a computer involved or not.
The
idea is like, these looping, like creating songs on the spot.
Yeah, have a keyboard, have the keys there, the drums. You know, I'd have to get obviously some skills up and everything like that.
Just for a girl to like spill wine all over it.
Just for someone to request if
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I see that you're kind of like crushing this like original music set, but I'm gonna need you to. Do you have like "Love Story" by Taylor Swift? Because me and my girls are here for Bachelorette.
Yeah, we're not here for your elevator party.
Maybe "Crazy in Love." You ever heard of that song?
This is elevator night. You missed it. Yeah. Well, thanks for having me, man. I gotta go because I got gigs.
Yeah, dude.
I got gigs.
Do your thing.
I'm playing tonight with Jerry Feels Good. We're playing a tiki boat. 6 to 8.
All right, Charleston, pull up.
6 to 8 tiki boat.
8 on the tiki boat.
Check the Strawberry Squad Instagram. Check Jerry Feels Good Instagram. Also tonight I'll be at Prohibition, 10 p.m. to 2, Friday night. Let's do it. I'm gonna make you all dance whether you like it or not.
Yep, y'all are going to be forced to dance. This man's got it. This man's got it, and I'm so pleased to have you on. This was such a fun episode, dude.
I had a great time. I'll come back anytime.
I love that. So Charleston, pull up on your boy tonight. Plug your Instagram really quick.
At Tommy Tangie. Tangie.
TOMMY. Tangie. Tommy Tangie. Follow this gentleman. He is so talented and badass.
Thank you.
This episode was brought to you in part by our sponsors at Zest Vodka. That's right. Look for it at your local bar and or liquor store. Dude, yeah. Be sure to crush it like I know you will tonight.
Thank you.
And who knows, might see you later on.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And DJ Louis said, great episode. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Louis.
Thank you for tuning in, brother. All right. Stay posted for the next episode. Also, catch this episode on all streaming platforms, everywhere podcasts are found, YouTube as well, very soon. All right. The Pursuit of Sound podcast. Peace. The Pursuit of Sound podcast is proudly brought to you in part by our sponsor, Zest Vodka. Zest is designed for people like us who love to have a good time, but without that terrible morning after regret. Okay, Zest started with an idea to make a healthier shot option. The market's flooded with high alcohol, sugar heavy products, let's face it, promoting a culture of excessive drinking. But Zest knows we want a more genuine, transparent, and
healthier choice without sacrificing taste or experience. So after Zest studied consumer preferences and existing brands, they dug deep into better ingredients. So Zest boasts proudly half the alcohol content, but don't get us wrong, significantly less sugar and 0 artificial additives commonly found in traditional shot brands. All right, crafting Zest vodka was not about introducing just another shot brand. It's more about sculpting an experience. You know, an indulgence-free drink that upholds the pinnacle of taste and quality. They stand to revolutionize the shot market, guiding it towards a brighter, healthier, and more transparent future. Yes, Zest vodka. So please join us poolside, surrounded by friends, and enjoy Zest vodka, crafted for everyone seeking a healthier choice. Drink responsibly.